Welcome back! My name is ballerscuba. This is Video Games Over Time. We are still in 1982, and today we're going to talk about the ZX Spectrum. The story of the ZX Spectrum takes us back to Sinclair Research. We have talked briefly about Sinclair Research previously. They had created the ZX80 and ZX81 computers. While being developed, the ZX Spectrum would be referred to as the ZX81 Color and the ZX82. It was clear that the ZX Spectrum was designed to be another low-cost introductory computer in the ZX computer line. The ZX Spectrum's hardware was designed by Richard Altwasser, who had worked on both the ZX80 and ZX81 previously. The outside design of the computer was designed by Rick Dickinson, who had also designed the case for the ZX81. The computer would use the Zilog Z80 microprocessor, the same microprocessor we have seen so many times before. The computer would come with 16 kilobytes of RAM, with room for up to 64 kilobytes of RAM. The computer would be able to display color, but had limitations that programmers would have to work around. The computer would be able to play sound through a beeper in the machine. Software would later be released to expand the computer's sound capabilities. The computer would come with a basic interpreter, known as Sinclair Basic. The true upgrade of the ZX Spectrum over the ZX81 would come with the integrated circuit. The Spectrum's integrated circuit would be able to handle much more of the graphics than the ZX81's. As a result, the ZX Spectrum effectively had 4 times the processing power of the ZX81. The ZX Spectrum was small, had a rubber keyboard, and would be decorated with a rainbow motif. The computer was released first in the United Kingdom on April 23, 1982. The 16 kilobytes of RAM model originally sold for £125, roughly $625 in 2021. The 64 kilobyte model originally sold for £175, roughly $875 in 2021. These prices would later be reduced to the much more advertisement-friendly £99 and £129, respectively. After release, the ZX Spectrum would experience several bugs and issues. The largest issue would be with the power supply, which would occasionally cause shocks. Sinclair issued a recall notice on many of their power supplies in March 1983. It is unknown how many power supplies were recalled, or how many faulty power supplies were still out in the marketplace. Despite the issues with the graphics and the bugs of the system that needed to be corrected, the ZX Spectrum would prove to be popular and would prove to be a machine ready to handle video games. These video games would typically come in the form of cassette tapes. Starting in August 1982, the ZX Spectrum would come bundled with a software package named Horizon's Software Starter Pack. Side A of the cassette would come with 5 different tutorials for how to use the computer, as well as a glossary of Spectrum basic keywords. Side B of the cassette would contain 8 different programs. The highlight of those programs would be Through the Wall, a breakout clone. The other programs would include Bubble Sort, Evolution, Life, Draw, Monte Carlo, Character Generator, and Beating of Waves. While most of these were simple and would barely qualify as video games, this package would be ubiquitous on the market. The ZX Spectrum would prove to be very successful. Instead of being another entry in the ZX computer line, the ZX Spectrum would be seen as the start of its own series of computers. It would be so popular that it is seen as one of the main sparks for a boom in British computer companies, both for hardware and software. The ZX Spectrum would be released in the US in 1983. Although the computer would prove successful in America, the ZX Spectrum's main success would be in the United Kingdom. Nevertheless, we will be seeing and playing some games released for the ZX Spectrum as we continue. With an enormous success on their hands, we will be hearing from Sinclair Research again in the future. As for the creators of the computer, Richard Altwasser and Rick Dickinson, we will not be hearing from them again. Although they would continue to work in the industry, their work would never reach the importance of the ZX Spectrum again. That will do it for the story of the ZX Spectrum for now. My name is ballerscuba. This has been Video Games Over Time. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in our next video when we head back to space.